Ireland's contribution to civilization ranks high, but the love of the Irish people for the Emerald Isle is not so much in its history as it is in a passionate devotion to the land itself, which is noted for its natural beauty. The ancient round towers, adding mystery to the landscape, have baffled antiquarians for centuries, but it is generally believed that they were built over 1,000 years ago as places of refuge during a stormy period in Ireland's history. The real charm of the Emerald Isle is in its countryside, which, thanks to continuous rain, is perpetually clothed in a blanket of green. Little farms and snug cottages have an appeal that is rooted deep in Irish hearts, and when the natural beauties of the country are emphasized, one can readily understand the intensity of the love which the native of Ireland has for his Emerald Isle. Such scenes as this must bring fond memories to many an Irish exile in other lands. The cow, the pig, and the donkey are the props of the Irish countryside. In some sections of Ireland, sweet-scented gorse is utilized for fences. Notwithstanding its formidable spines, this gorse yields a palatable and nutritious winter forage for the animals. To fit it for this purpose, it must be chopped and bruised to destroy the spines and mixed with hay or straw. The genuine spell of Ireland is likelier to be found in the simpler scenes that still remain unsung. Often the Irish farmers scratch the barest living from the land, and their wealth is counted in pennies. The desires of the people are small desires, and these little animals become a very necessary and important part of their existence. Rocks and boulders are abundant in many parts of Ireland, and by infinite toil throughout the centuries, they have been piled into walls or fences dividing the fields and pastures. The burro or donkey is so indispensable to rural life that few farms in Ireland could be conveniently managed without him. He has a reputation for dullness and obstinacy, but somehow when he is at work, patiently lugging his heavy burdens, one does not feel that he deserves his reputation. The picturesque little villages that are so characteristic of old Erin form a colorful background for a country folk who live in modest circumstances. They find in their humble thatched-roofed cottages pleasures that are unknown in the palaces of kings. Ireland has always been a land of dreams, where the leprechaun and the banshee are ever present, and whatever may be lacking in the material evidences of wealth is more than compensated for in the imaginative minds of the people, who from the cradle to the grave walk hand in hand with angels and inherently look heavenward for all the joys which life on earth may withhold from them. The traveler who approaches the Emerald Isle in what may be termed an appreciative or receptive mood will not only derive the most pleasure from his sojourn, but will also arrive at a better understanding of the people, who are characteristically hospitable and emotional. Beautiful children are the rule in Ireland, and no matter how many brothers and sisters follow close upon the heels of each little collie, beauty still reigns supreme, and it has been the inspiration for many an Irish song.
Eyes are smiling, sure it's like a morning spring. In the lilt of Irish laughter, and hear the angels sing. When Irish hearts are happy, all the world seems bright and gay. And when Irish eyes are smiling, sure they seal your heart away.
Sentiment and imagination have always been proverbial in the hearts of the Irish people, and it is significant that her poets have never been wanting in glorifying the Emerald Isle with poetry and song. Ireland is a country of definite personality, for she is in many sections still untouched by modern influence. Among the many ancient landmarks of Old Erin is Howth Castle, a splendid baronial mansion built by one of the Earls of Howth in the 15th century. The famous gardens adjoining the castle will delight the visitor, especially in the rhododendron season, when myriads of brilliant-colored blossoms are in full bloom. For many centuries, it was a strange custom for Howth Castle doors to be opened during meal times to all strangers, a custom which dates back to the days of Queen Elizabeth, when Ireland produced a strange character, half woman and half pirate, by the name of Grace O'Malley. Grace called at Howth Castle one day and was denied admittance and informed that the family were at dinner and could not see her. But Earl of Howth was soon to repent his inhospitality, for Grace kidnapped his heir, and his ransom was only achieved by his father's promise to keep open door to every visitor who might wish to enter Howth Castle and its gardens. And so, for many centuries, it has been the privilege of the stranger in Ireland to visit this beautiful garden at Howth Castle and to enjoy to the full the beauty of the rhododendron in its most effulgent perfection. From an artist's point of view, the Claddagh village at Galway is one of the most interesting sights in the British Isles. Nothing is more astonishing than this little village of neat, whitewashed, thatch-roofed cottages, planted at haphazard angles, with the front door of one opening into the back door of another. Here the paths of earth have been beaten hard by the feet of innumerable generations, going back to the Norman conquest. Old customs have been perpetuated within this village for centuries, and although they have long been forgotten by the rest of Ireland, they are still the priceless heritage of Claddagh. The language they speak is Gaelic, and they pride themselves in the fact that they have kept their family strains pure. To the Claddagh people, you can only talk about the Claddagh. The remainder of the world has no appeal to them. Even today, they stand together, apart from their neighbors. The Claddagh is the last living vestige of ancient Ireland. But regardless of the changes wrought by time, we will always think of Ireland as a country of smiles and tears, of pathos and tragedy, of legend and song. May her priceless music go down through the centuries, and her smiles overbalance her tears. And it is with this thought that we say, farewell to Ireland, the Emerald Isle.